What's going on, everybody? This is John of JCMJ Music, where we learn music and we love music. And on this channel, what we do is musical instrumental tutorials. And today, I'm going to have you another piano tutorial. Okay, if this channel is for you, go ahead and consider subscribing. Most importantly, hit the bell and turn the notifications on so you can get every video that I send out just for you guys. All right. So in today's tutorial, we're going to be talking about how to play the perfect chords over the major scale. Let's get started with the video. All right, everybody, what we're going to be doing today with this tutorial, we're going to be applying these perfect chords according to the bass notes of the scale, the C major scale, because we're playing in C. And if you don't know what the C major scale is, I recommend that you go back to my other video tutorial that explains the C major scale. I also am going to be referencing some other videos too that I've already done on some of the things that so if you don't know that specific topic, you can go right back to it and check those videos out in the description below, or I'll probably cue it up in the card right there, okay, at the top of the screen. All right, here we go. So we're going to find out what is the perfect chords. The perfect chords are according to the chords to the scale. So these are your chords according to the C major scale. Which of these are perfect though? What's the happy sounding chord? That's the 1, so that is a perfect chord. And what about the 2? Minor chord, not really that happy. 3, not happy either. 4, yeah, happy chord, perfect chord. Okay, what about the 5? Yeah, a perfect chord. It's a happy chord. What about the 6? Kind of mysterious. 7, same thing. So it's only 3 of them that are perfect: the C, the F, and the G. So we're going to use all 3 of these chords with each bass note of the major scale, and we're going to see if they fit or sound good with them. Okay, let's see. So can all 3 be played with the 1? Yes. And what about the 2? Can all 3 be played with the 2? Yes, they sound pretty good. Nothing really sticking out like a sore thumb. What about 3? No. So only 2 can be played with the 3, the C and the G. And what about the 4? All 3 can be played with the 4. What about the 5? All 3 can be played with the 5. And what about the 6? All 3 can be played with the 6. And what about the 7? Whoa. Whoa. And then really, in order to check it, I go a little bit lower with the chord. Yeah, Oh, no. Yeah, the G. The only chord that can go with that 7 is the G. Because the other 2, very dissonant chords. All right, so, all right. With those, okay, with those chords that you can play all 3 of them with, there is a hierarchy, like a primary, secondary, and tertiary, or third level, with the chords, okay? The primary is the ones that you'll most likely use when you play that bass note. So out of all these bass notes, when we play them, we're going to choose one of those chords that you will most likely play most of the time, all right? And out of all 3 of these chords, the C will be played the most with the 1. And for the 2, out of all 3 of these chords, the F chord will be played most out of those, okay? And what about the 3? The C will be played most. And what about the 4? The F. And what about the 5? You guessed it, the G will be played most out of those 3 chords with the 5. Now what about the 6? The C would be played the most out of all of those chords. All right, what about the 7? The only chord that can be played with the 7 is the G, okay? So the primary chords is C, F, C, F, and then the G with the 5, and then the C with the 6. And as you notice, you still can hear the scale. You can really hear the scale, and as we progress to our secondary and tertiary chords, it's going to start going away. The scale sound is really going to start disappearing. All right, so what about secondary? Which one would you choose second, secondly, if you're trying to figure out a song, okay? The 1, we chose the C for the 1, but the G would be chose for the second. So first chord we would choose is the C with that 1. Second, we would choose the G. Now what about the 2? For the 2, the second chord that we would use, because it was the F for the first one, so we're going to use a C for the second one. Alright, well what about the 3? We chose the C for the first one, but now we're going to choose a G for the 3. Now what about the 4? We chose an F first, but now we're going to choose a C for it. Now what about the 5? We chose a G for it first, but now we're going to choose the F secondly. For the 6, we chose a C, but now we're going to choose a G for it secondly. And 7, you can only play a G with it, okay? Alright, so let's go over those secondary chords. G for the 2, C, a G, and back to a C. And then you would choose a 5, which is the F with it. And then the 6 would be the G. And then the 7, of course, is the G chord right there. Alright, so now, so we have the 1 again. Now we're going to go to the third step. What is the third step according to, what's the third step according to the chord, okay? The third step according to that chord, the tertiary options is, for the 1 would be the F. And as you notice, it's starting to get a little bit further away from that sound of the G sound, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to, the 2 is going to be the G. Really, it's starting to get away from the original sound of the scale. The 3 would be where we're not going to choose, it's only 2 chords for the 3, so we're going to go to the F, which is the G. The 5, we didn't choose the C for it, that's the only one that's left. The 6, F. The 7 is the G, that's the only one we can use for it. So let's start with it. The F with the 1, the G with the 2. Let's just put a chord in for the 3, which is the G. Let's put the 4 would be the G. See how it's really straying away from the scale a little bit. Okay. So, all right. So tell me which one of those, the primary, secondary, or tertiary, which one do you think sounds the best to you? Okay, it may be different in your ears. Comment on that below. Okay, which one sounds best? Also, out of those 3 chords, you know, with, you know, each note, you know, you can also see which one of those you like, okay, as well. Now, so I'm going to use some add 9 chords. If you haven't seen my add 9 video, I recommend that you see my add 9 chords video. Okay, I'm going to link it below. And or it may be, you know, in the cards, whichever one of them, okay? Look for it. All right, so add 9 chords. They sound really good. And I'm flooding it now with just some add 9 chords. You don't have to use it for all of them. I'm just saying this is... And inversions too. I have a tutorial on inversion, how to invert chords. So if you don't really know how to invert chords, I recommend you look at that video as well. Link below, okay? So, I'm going to play something, and with these chords, the same thing. So if I'm playing it, you can play it too. I'm going to be, of course, using sustain pedal, sustaining the notes, and arpeggioing, and using add 9 chords, but it's the same chords with it. Okay? So watch as I choose the bass notes. I'm going to choose either of those 3 chords to play with that bass note. So even though, look at that, that's one of the primary chords. That's a C chord over a 6. That's a primary chord, G over the 5, and a 4, F over the 4. I'm playing those bass notes, I know what to play. Right there, look at that, that's an F major chord. That's a primary chord, the F with the 2. I just inverted it, and that's a primary 1. And the 7, that's a G chord, but it's inverted though. So notice I'm inverting. So inversions, they really open up the door and make a big difference in your sound. So okay, and it gives you more options. Okay. All right, so all of those chords, everything that I was using, even though I was doing the add 9 chords, it's still a C chord, but I just add the 9, F. Okay, so it doesn't matter about that. All is saying I know what to play when I play these bass notes. So you can do the same thing as well. All right, everybody, please let me know which one of those chords or which bass note with that other chord sounds great with it. Okay, put that in the comment section below. And most importantly, subscribe to the channel and also turn on notifications so you can get every video that I send out. Okay, all right, you guys, I will see you guys in the next video tutorial. This is John Sims Jr. of J Sims J Music, where we learn music and we love music. See you guys in the next video tutorial. Go to all of my other ones that I have for you. All right.